Hello everyone, this is Nikki, also known as Physics Trader, and you're watching the Awesome10X Philippine Market Update. It's March 2, 2021. It's a Tuesday. Let's begin. All right, so the Philippine markets today are actually up. You can see that the market is now trading at 6,919.54 points, or up 46.57 points. We can take a look first on our index movers. Your market value is now 9 billion, a little bit higher than yesterday's 7.7 billion, with 105 advancers and 121 decliners. You still have foreign net selling. However, the local has always been a buyer in the Philippine market. So we can see in the index movers that you've got a slew of reds and greens, unlike yesterday where it was mostly green. Let's take a look at the index movers. Today, your SM continued higher at 1046. Your SM Prime continued higher at about 37.2. Your JG Summit is 67. Your URC is 132.7. Your Jollibees went up tonight. Today, 186 pesos, or up 4%. Your Security Bank is 133. Your Acboides Equity Ventures is 42.55. Your Mega World is 3.8. Your GT Capital is 560. Your Meralco is 276. Your Telephone is 13. Pure Gold is 37.5. Lucian Group's 13.82. Ayala Corp 780. DMC is 540. How about the losers for the day? The big loser for the day is Metro Bank, 48.1, down 6% after special dividend dates. Your Ayala Land is now trading at 39.5. Your BPI is 86, your MPI is 405, Globe is 1995, Aboitiz Power is 24.5, Emperador is 10.6, FGen is 30, AGI is 1064, Robinson's Retail is 55.7, ICT 120, Robinson's Land 1968, BDO 109, San Miguel Corporation 127.5, Bloomberry is 794. Now let's take a look at some non-index movers. I'm pretty sure most of you are probably interested to look at what's happening in the non-index movers. So let's take a look at the non-index and the top traded names. Your Dito Telco is down 6%, still being sold off, around 15 pesos today. Your Abra is up 50%, now trading at 54.0054. Your PHA is up 7%, 314. So you could see that there's some money that really went into AR and PHA, despite the fact that it used to be that $3 was a double top. Now it's from perhaps a third time is the charm. Let's take a look at that. Your Metro Bank is 48.1, BDO is down to 109, your ASEN is down 1% to 7.16, your ABA is up 7%, yes, your Jollibees went up, your APL is 249, your SM, your Merrimart is down to 6.5, your Green still went up, but it's just 4.83. Your LAN is 102, your ICT is 120, LR warrants is down to about 2.26 after climbing up the past few days. Your VOL is down to about 295 after climbing up the last few days. JG Summit 67, AC Ali, your Low Star went down 163, down 8%. Your FES is down 8%. Your Converge is slowly climbing up here at 1% higher at 18.42. Your Prim is down 5%. So you are seeing that the Philippine market continues to trade with volatile moves in your non-index movers, but some of them are strong up and then the next day strong down. Top gainers today is AR. We'll see whether that can sustain tomorrow. What else? Your PMPC up 9%, some 25 million pesos traded that. Your BHI is up 34%, 70 million pesos on the upside from 047 to 063. So what else? Your PHA 7% up. Your ABA is up 7%, now trading at 124. And then a lot of people actually bought up Jollibee today. Just a good move for your Jollibee, 4% today. So why don't we take a look at some charts of these names? All right. And a few news, if any. And I'm going to read some of your questions as well. Comments. All right. Mac looks nice. All right. Let's take a look at some reopening themes. Okay. Mac Croatia has bounced from 5 last I checked. It's now trading at about 5.9, 5.99. So it has rebounded 20% from its lows, recent lows. It's a transportation-related name, of course, aviation, maintenance, ground handling. We are seeing that there are some people willing to buy it up, although it is a slower move. So this is, in my view, a a higher low, but also a lower high here. So you still have these resistances at 7 pesos, despite strong supports at 4 and 5 and 5.50. So you're seeing those buyers. Of course, these buyers are also willing to buy. That was about 4 peso 50 cents, 4.19. But as you could clearly see, there is still these sellers at about 7 pesos. The seller here at about 6 might actually get pierced. This 6 pesos might actually break above. If this breaks above, you've got 7 all the way to 8 and 9 as your first resistance. So looks good that the 6 pesos is trying to break above, but we'll see whether it can happen. Actually, with PHA, you've seen that 3 peso mark. It's trying to break above. Take note that that is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what you call knock to the door. When you're knocking on the door, sometimes in the last 5 times that you knock the door, that could actually break above. That's like a wall. So we will see whether this can actually break above to all-time highs after that knock almost 1 time, 2nd time, 3rd time, 4th time. Will the 5th time be the charm? It's like actually you're trying to rebound with a girl. It's your ex, and then you're trying to go back and again, and then you keep on getting busted and getting busted and getting busted. But if you persevere long enough, then we'll see whether that breakout can ensue. But so far, I don't know if it's really gonna break above, but it's good to see that it's consolidating that 315 levels. If it does break out, where is the potential resistance then? Just from a charting perspective, you could see that it usually moves 160 to 320. That's about a 1 peso 50 cents move. So about 1 peso 50 cent higher, about 4.5. Now, I'm not quite sure if it will break out, but from a charting perspective, and when you see these volumes, I'd say that the people who have FA are trying to really be bullish on it and trying their best to really knock on the person's heart. Knock 315. Is that going to break out? We'll see what the market says. Now with Vol, what's happening in the chart, went up, then went down. So it's still consolidating so far. We are seeing that the market is heavily trading non-index names. And so so far there's just an uptrend, but we still really don't know what is it. Like exactly, it's already tripled the price. You know, even if you started at 120, it's now trading at $3. Even if you bought at 1. What exactly is happening with Vol? There's no disclosure, there's nothing, but it's doing 300% up. We'll take a look at what the market believes it is, but so far you could see that the market believes it to be pricey, and market believes it to be a good buy. That's why there's a lot of volume that's actually buying into these names. What else are the interesting charts? Yeah, you saw some ABA, so let's see. Well, ABA has been a quick up and down, so it's very difficult to say what it really wants to do. It's been a volatile name. Many gap ups, but also many gap downs. How could I say there's a lot of gap downs and gap ups? There's a gap up here. You could see that from 90 cents to 110, all the way to 190, all the way down again to 140. So you could see that this is a very noisy chart. So with noisy charts, you tend to actually have more sellers rather than buyers because they really don't like to see those gap downs. So even if it's now at 124, I'd say that there's a lot of resistances on the way up. 140 to 150 still has a lot of resistance. It's even possible that there are still sellers here at 124. So it's a very choppy chart. I wouldn't say much about a stock movement like that. Okay, Double Dragon, please. All right, let's take a look at Double Dragon. Okay, I'll read all the questions. So Double Dragon, SSI, DWC, IMI, Emperador, MPI, and AGI. All right, so let me think about the first three first, DD, SSI, and DWC. Let's start with that. All right, DD. DD is still sleeping in my view. No, it's just been in a round of charts. So from 14 to 16, so we don't see much happening right now. Volumes are creeping up, yes, but we haven't quite seen a strong breakout from Double Dragon. SSI as well has been sleeping, yes, still sleeping here. You see that the volume has been rising since about October, September. But right now we see that it's supported at 130, but so far we really have to wait it out for the market to really convincingly break out for SSI. So there's no volume yet on a potential breakout. DWC has been going up with volume. However, people might actually consolidate those gains. You could see that there are some selling fronts here at about 598, but some supports found here at 450. You simply take a look at the Fibonacci retracement all the way from 723, let's say all the way here to about the breakout price of 248. You could see that this was 480, 460 was really between the 50% and 618 rule. So so you actually have a lot of buyers within this group, 485 to 430. So I think like any drops here might actually get a lot of buyers in the next couple of months. Okay, so you want to see whether this will actually consolidate in a few months or will it actually just go higher again. But I think like so far there are some people that will still take profit on the way up. IMI, Emperador, MPI, and HEI. Okay, let's take a look at those things. IMI, Emperador. All right. IMI seems to be sleeping as well at the 7 area. Okay, of course, yeah, sorry. It was at 7 area, broke above it, and then uptrend, still consolidating here. So you are seeing this temporary resistance at 15. It has already rallied from 7, right? So you got a lot of buyers here from about 6 to 7. Those were the people buying it on that on those 5G, all of those semiconductor, Internet of Things stocks, like the industrial segment of bioelectronics. But I think that so far what you're seeing here is just consolidation right now. So I'd say that this is a neutral chart. You see people still consolidating, can still fall, but I guess there are more buyers here at about 8, 9, 10. So very strong movement here on the volume here at about 9 pesos. But you could actually consolidate here at about 12, 13. It's about 50% higher from this consolidation. So it's still an uptrend, but I'd say that here at about 12 to 14, 15, you might be actually seeing more of a congestion. So these resistances here are actually your resistances here as well. So I don't see a much movement here so far. You get that resistance getting eaten up here. You don't see it going up to 22 yet. Most likely this 22 area, which is the next resistance, is going to happen if and only if you actually get about a few months more consolidation to eat and digest all the supply coming from these levels and also these levels. These are all your supply areas. So it's going to be a supply area here as well. Okay, so let's take a look at more questions. Emperador, AGI, Sun. Okay, FNI, Nickel, now assets. All right, let's take a look each one. So AGI and MPI. All right. So AGI and MPI. AGI seems to be sleeping right at about 10. And yeah, it's sleeping here. So you still have that resistance at 12. I don't see it moving much. Looks like it's consolidating here. So it's really in a small range right now. AGI is sleeping here. It is a higher low. Of course, there are so much buyers below 8. And but there are also so much sellers at about 12 so far. With MPI, it's also in a sleepy range right now. So you can see that it's just consolidating here at 4. You do have a lot of buyers perhaps here at 380. So any drops at 380 might actually inspire a buying area within this area. So it's still about 25% lower than support. Sun, there's a question. They need a loan with Russia. Well, SunTrust is really all about the casinos. So you saw this strong breakout here at 133. This is still a higher move here at about 170 to 190. So this is still an uptrend, albeit very choppy. You still see a lot of selling pressure here at about 240 and $2. So I'd say that the people who got caught here are the same sellers here. So that is what you call a double top. And then it's going to go a double, either it will triple top or quadruple top in the next coming months or even next few weeks. I'm not sure. Actually, maybe months. Might take some months before this can rally. So you still see that resistance zone here about 210 to 240. Looks like it's just trapped in a box. How about FNI, Nickel, now and assets? I'll end these with that. That would be last 4. All right, last 4. With Nickel Asia, I think it's still above 5. So you still see it as an uptrend. However, it's possible that they're just consolidating. So far, you see this strong breakout continuous here from about 5,450. That was your, what is this high? This is a 5-year multiple resistance high that became a support. However, you could still see that these are your resistances, very strong resistances within the front of about 7 to 9. So that would still be a resistance even after 6, 7 years after. For FNI, same thing. You've got some resistances here. So let's take a look at the resistances of FNI. You've got a resistance mostly at 395 or 4. But let's take a look at these shorter move resistances at about 340. So most likely, they will still resume these resistances. $4, this one, 395 to 330, and very strong resistance at 330. So I think FNI nickel has those resistances. Do take note that resistances equals selling areas. So you've got these selling areas, very strong selling areas. And so at 290, your reward is just 30 cents or 70, 80 cents, while your risk is, of course, it falls. So you're probably better off actually waiting. It's better to have it a low price. People who got it at about 240 all the way down were actually profitable. So you'll see that there's a tug of war on your FNI and or on your nickel. Assets, I know nothing, so I'll just discuss this based on the chart. ACEX. So ACEX, all right, going up, very strong movements from 6 pesos all the way to 26 for 400% up. Still though, I'm still not really aware what it does. So you could see that the volume is slowly going up as the prices have been rising. From October, it started about 4 and 6. Sorry, it started here at 6 and now it's trading at 24, so times 4. I have no idea what it is, but it's really uptrending so far. So I guess if you have this, you just watch out for any potential drops. Why will it drop? Because some people might actually take profit, but you've got actually some selling pressure. Right now, you saw pressure in 26. There's some hesitation on letting it go fly, but there's a lot of buyers, it seems, at higher levels. Some buyers here at about 16 pesos, probably 19. I have no idea what this is, so probably you can check out the news on AC and XOR. Okay. All right, that's it, guys. Okay, last, how about now? All right, how about now, Corp? Now, Corp, let's take a look at the chart. Now, Corp has actually suffered a drop from about 6 pesos all the way to 285. So it's back to that announcement before of about their 5G, about their franchise, right? So this is actually 260. You've got this support at 260 so far. But it has dropped back, seeing that it's going to have a lot of resistances here at about 440 and stronger resistance at about 5. So it's still stuck within a lot of range resistances. Still see a lot of resistances as well here at about 350 as well. So your prior resistance here at 350 are still also willing to sell. So a lot of selling pressure on Now Corp. It's not an easy way up. Although there might be some supporters at 2.6, there's still a lot of selling pressure all the way up. So this is quite a heavy chart. Looks like there's a lot of downtrend moves and very low volume right now. So I think the market is slowly unwinding their Now Corp. All right, thank you very much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.